Something serious is happening right now in Nigeria. It is very emotional and also very surprising, especially with the latest shocking development coming out of Kwara State. As you're watching, please like this video and subscribe, because what I'm about to explain will open your eyes to what's really going on. Listen carefully, because the situation is taking a new turn that nobody saw coming. In Kwara State, several top bandit leaders have been arrested after a strong and well-coordinated operation carried out by the Nigerian military and security forces. This is not a rumor. This is not a joke. It is a major breakthrough that has shaken the entire bandit network in that region. For a long time, communities in that area have lived under fear, constant attacks, kidnappings, and sleepless nights. But right now, my people, the game is changing. The air has shifted. The military is finally taking control. Please like this video and subscribe, because what I'm about to explain will open your eyes to what's really going on. During this powerful operation, kidnapped victims were rescued, including both local citizens and foreign nationals. That rescue alone has brought a new wave of hope across many communities. For the first time in a long while, people are seeing action, not just promises. Families that were crying before now have reasons to smile again. Parents who couldn't sleep peacefully are now feeling a bit safer. And the federal government says this is only the beginning. They plan to build on this momentum so that these criminals will no longer have any place to hide or operate. If you're following the story, please tap the like button and subscribe, because what comes next is even more interesting. Now, this successful operation has stirred strong reactions across the country, not just because of the arrests, but because of a name that suddenly entered the conversation: Sheikh Ahmad Gumi. Many of you already know his story. For years, Sheikh Gumi has been known for calling for dialogue and negotiation with bandits. He has presented himself as a middleman, the one who believes that peace can come through talking rather than fighting. But now that the government has fully shifted into a military-first approach and top bandit leaders are being captured, Nigerians are asking a big question: where does negotiation stand when the military is finally making progress? Reports say Sheikh Gumi quickly returned to Kaduna after hearing about this intense wave of operations and arrests in Kwara. He has always said that bandits should be engaged and rehabilitated. But now, with these new military victories, people are wondering, will he continue to defend negotiation, or will he step back and allow this new strategy to work? Please like this video and subscribe, because this part is very important. Right now, the government is sending a very clear message. Crime will no longer be rewarded. Nigeria will no longer tolerate the illegal control of its forests and highways. That is the new direction. And to back up that message, the federal government is not just talking. They are investing heavily in security equipment. Recently, new fighter jets and helicopters were inspected abroad, and they are set to arrive soon to support ground troops. That means Nigeria is preparing for a long-term solution, not just a temporary fix. So what we are seeing now is a combination of air power, ground operations, intelligence, and rescue missions, all working together. This is the strongest strategy Nigeria has used in years, and that's why many citizens are hopeful again. But at the same time, others are asking a very emotional question. What about the innocent communities that have suffered for so long? Will this new approach finally bring peace, or will it push the criminals into new locations? These are real concerns, and they must be addressed as the story continues to unfold. If you are still with me, like this video and subscribe, because I'm about to go even deeper. Alright, let's break this down properly. The big debate right now in Nigeria is about methods. Should the government continue with this aggressive military strategy, or should there still be space for negotiation like Sheikh Gumi has always preached? For years, the idea of dialogue was supported by some people who believed it could bring peace without more bloodshed. They thought that talking to the bandits might calm things down and stop the killings. But while those negotiations were happening, the truth is, many communities were still suffering.
Farmers couldn't go to their farms. Children couldn't go to school, and roads remained dangerous. People became tired of hearing words without results. That's why this new wave of military action is being celebrated by many Nigerians.
Arresting top leaders, rescuing victims, and pushing the criminals out of their hideouts. This is what people have been demanding for years. They are tired of speeches. They want results. And that's why this Kwara operation is not just another story. It's a turning point. It could mark the beginning of a stronger, more decisive phase in Nigeria's fight against insecurity. Please like this video and subscribe so more people can hear this important story. But let's also remember the people at the heart of all this, the innocent communities who have been living in fear for years. Families in parts of Kwara, Niger, and Kogi have gone through unbearable pain. Parents have lost children, and children have grown up surrounded by gunshots instead of laughter. Villages that used to be full of life became silent at night. So this latest military pressure is not just about arrests, it's about restoring life, confidence, and peace. If the government can keep this momentum going, farming can return, businesses can grow again, and people can begin to rebuild their lives. But one thing Nigerians fear is inconsistency. Many operations in the past started strong and then lost energy. If you believe consistency is the key, please like this video and subscribe because that's the truth. Now back to Sheikh Gumi. His name keeps coming up because he has been such a loud voice in this whole issue. For years, he acted almost like a spokesperson for the bandits, saying they needed forgiveness and reintegration. But now, that message is being tested. With arrests happening and victims being rescued, will he still hold his ground, or will he stay silent and let the new strategy speak for itself? Nigerians are watching closely. Meanwhile, the military is not slowing down. The federal government is strengthening the Air Force, upgrading intelligence, and equipping soldiers with better technology. This shows that there's a long-term plan, not just a reaction to public pressure. But here's something we must all think about, my people. Can military force alone solve this problem? Because even if the army clears the forest today, what happens tomorrow if the young people in those communities still have no jobs, no schools, and no hope? New criminals can rise again. That's why we must combine security with development, force with fairness, action with opportunity. Only then can this cycle of violence truly end. So, as we celebrate this major victory in Kwara, let's also push for a future where no Nigerian child has to grow up fearing bandits again. If you believe peace is possible, like this video, subscribe, and let's keep spreading hope and truth, because the story of Nigeria's security is changing and we must all be part of it.